Yeah, I mean, everybody goes through like shooting slumps. Everybody during a long season is going to find ways where like, all right, maybe my shot's not falling. So it's always about, we don't like specialists. Like, if your shot's not falling, okay, we need you. You're a scorer off the bench, but run your team, make plays for your teammates, defend, rebound the basketball, do all the other things while to help you get that. And so yeah, it's just a matter of trying to instill confidence in all of our guys anytime they hit a little on-court adversity. But Bones has helped us win a bunch of games this year, and I have no doubt that he'll get back to doing that in the very near future. Hopefully, starting tomorrow.
How much did Jamal and Mike participate in practice today? Do you have a guess on their availability for tomorrow night?
We didn't do anything live today. I think at this point in the season, especially when you look at our schedule coming up, 5 games in 8 days, a very dense part of the season. They were able to get through practice, nothing live. Obviously, I think Michael right now is listed as doubtful. We'll have shoot around in the morning, kind of see where he's at. But he's definitely trending in the right direction, Vinny. And Jamal, same thing. I think missing last game, resting that knee a little bit, a lot of pain and discomfort and tightness in there. So just trying to be really smart and prudent with Jamal and that injury and that big picture approach. So I'd say both those guys. One is probably listed as doubtful, one is maybe listed as questionable, and that's probably right where they're at even after today's practice. So tomorrow will be a better indicator.
How do you
Yeah, I think it's he's our starting small forward, and we will, depending upon whenever he is cleared to return. I'm sure after missing 14 games to this point, there'll be some sort of minute restriction. And so while we have guys on minute restrictions, a lot of times we work them in off the bench. It's hard to have a minute restriction and be a starter because now your minutes are just so far apart, and that's hard to do. So once he's cleared, kids, we'll get an idea of what kind of minute restriction we're looking at, get him out there. I'm just excited just the last couple of days seeing him out in practice, seeing him playing some like small-sided contact games. You see he's moving better. He looks comfortable. So it's not tomorrow night. Hopefully it's Christmas night. And like I said the other day, our defense last 6 games is 11th in the NBA, trending in the right direction. But our defense of Michael Porter on the floor this year has been great. And obviously it'd be nice to have a 6'10", long, lanky player that can shoot the lights out and help us on the glass at the same time.
Are you too short when you're starting lineup?
I don't know if I'd say, we're 5-1 in our last 6. And Bruce has obviously been a jack of all trades for us. That versatility is something that I value and love about Bruce. But, last game with no Jamal, Bruce flashed to the 1. Now we have KCP and Christian. And we've been talking about that with our front office and our analytics guys, that when we play longer, length, tall, that there's a correlation between that and our defense. So, but we are winning games. Right now, currently we're in first place, and more importantly, we're 5-1 in our last 6. So sometimes, you are who you are, but size definitely helps us on the defensive end of the floor.
MPJ's gone through some physical challenges in his career. How have you seen him deal with this particular? It's been a month. So.
Yeah, it's kind of remarkable how well he handles it. And maybe because he has gone through this so many times, his body, his mind, his spirit is somewhat used to it. I think, like Jamal, that was the first time he's had an injury like that, and it was understandably so devastating. Michael's had 3 back surgeries, and now it was a heel. So I think he's used to dealing with the medical adversity. And I always mention, I think what Michael has, he's very fortunate, and he knows that, is that his mom and dad, his brother, sister's very close to him. He's got a lot of support, a lot of love behind him from his family as well as the organization. Not rushing him back, we're going to be patient. And just through his beliefs, just through his support, he's able to navigate these tough times. It's pretty incredible how he's able to do that.
Michael, you mentioned this just a second ago with MPJ and the defensive numbers with him on the floor. Can just more length, natural length, lead to a more effective defense, do you think?
Yeah, I think the numbers are bearing that out after 31 games, whatever we played to this point. and let's not forget, early in the season before he got hurt, I think this is by far Michael Porter's best defensive season. I mean, it's not that, hey, our numbers are better, but that'd be not, doing him a disservice. Michael Porter was defending at a high level. Michael Porter was getting on the floor for loose balls. He was running guys off. He was playing with so much energy, effort, and discipline on that end. So yes, he's 6'10" with a 7+ wingspan, but also the energy and the effort and commitment were there. And to see the defensive numbers with Michael in our starting lineup, I think they're around 106, which would be like leading the NBA. So it would be great to have him back on both ends of the floor. And again, even without Michael, like I always look at our trends. I think we're 22nd or 24th in defensive rating now. But last 6 games, hey, if you're 11th, that means we're moving in the right direction. Last 5 games, we're 10th. So I think our guys understand that. We showed clips today, all positive reinforcement, with the caveat being, you showed me you can do this. Why can't we do it every night? Why can't we do it every quarter? So, don't be a team that does it once in a while, because those teams don't go very far. So hopefully our guys understand that.
It's 3 days before Christmas and you're in first place. Are you impressed, surprised? What's the overriding feeling?
Actually, we had a team get together last night, holiday party, great event. All the guys showed up, and talking to each of the players throughout the night, Vic, it was really interesting. All on their own coming to me like, no one's really excited about us being in first. Because I think the one thing everybody said in their own way was, we still have another level we can get to. We're not satisfied. It's cool, we like it. You consider all the injuries and new players, the schedule. We have a lot of basketball to be played. And I think once that defense continues to improve, once that we get everybody back healthy, once that second unit finds its identity and rhythm, I think we can get to a whole nother level. So I love it. It beats the alternative, doesn't it? But we're not satisfied by any means.
Michael, was that among the most vocal games you've ever seen from Nikola? When you watched that game, he was pointing and talking and gathering guys together and imparting whatever basketball wisdom he has.
Oh, he has a lot of basketball wisdom. And there was one point where he had taken the board, and he was in the timeout with the board and talking to guys. And he's telling them, Steven Adams, in pick and roll, Steven Adams is not taking a body off Nikola. So he's telling Bruce, I'm going to set the screen. Steven's not going to help. Go to the basket. Make a play for yourself, but they help drive your kid. He was talking about his own defense. His own defense the last couple of games has been really effective. And he's talking about, hey, in the zone, when I go to the corner, you got to slide over here. So when your players take ownership, when your best player takes ownership, that allows you to go from a good team to a great team. And now what's his challenge? Like our defense against Memphis, Nicola's challenge is to do it every night. Don't be a leader one every 5 games. Be a leader every night. He has that within him. And most importantly, Mike, and you know this, is that everybody's just waiting. Oh my gosh, yes, they want to hear Nikola talk. And so when he does that, it's really empowering for the whole group.
What do you think will push him over that edge to do that on a more of a consistent basis?
I think just getting more comfortable with him. And he's come so far in that regard from year 1 to year 8. It's one of the things I think he's probably developed most is in that area of being leadership and finding your voice. And it's not always easy for a player when English is not your first language. But I think he's been here long enough and he knows what he's talking about and the players want to hear him. So it's just, whether it's me telling him, keep being vocal, positive, negative, accountability, whatever it is, you have to keep on using your voice. And I think he's more than ready for that opportunity.
To play on Christmas, is it a privilege or is it just another game on that schedule for you?
Well, I look at it in a few different ways. We weren't selected to play last year on Christmas, and we took it as a Rodney Dangerfield insult. We have the current MVP, and we're not on Christmas. But I'll be honest, I kind of like being off on Christmas. So it's catch-22. Christmas is a family holiday. I like to be sipping on eggnog, hanging out with my family, but that's not how it works. When I was growing up, my father's with the Knicks. They played the Bulls every year in the Garden, and I loved it. Going to Madison Square Garden, watching New York versus Chicago, and that's what every young kid would dream about. So I do consider it a privilege. I think they are putting the best teams, the marquee teams, on TV on Christmas Day, and I'm thankful that we're one of those teams.
Thank you.